What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and in classic 50 Cent Ja Rule fashion, of course, this beef never ends, and Ja Rule recently stopped by the Breakfast Club and got asked about 50 Cent's clowning of Irv Gotti's death. And if you guys don't remember, Irv Gotti passed away on February 5th of this year, and 50 Cent immediately went to Instagram, as he usually does, and decided to clown Irv Gotti for passing away. He said in the caption, "I'm smoking on that Gotti pack. Nah, God bless him, LOL," with an RIP sign and him smoking some hookah. And of course, this got a lot of backlash from a lot of different people. But for the people that know the story, the behind the scenes of what actually happened with Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, Murder Inc., 50 Cent, you would know that 50 hates these guys for life for a reason, because they allegedly had a role in 50 Cent getting shot 9 times. I actually go over this in my 50 Cent versus Ja Rule documentary, Who Really Won. Check it out. It goes into full detail and all that. I'm not going to go over every single thing here on this news clip, but Ja Rule got asked about this during his interview with the Breakfast Club, and he said he was heated. He wanted to do crazy things to 50, and he was about to go nuclear, and then he even talks about talking to Supreme. And if you guys don't know who Supreme is, he was one of the biggest drug dealers out of Queens, New York. He was tied closely to Murder Inc., Ja Rule, and Irv Gotti, and 50 had issues with Supreme as well. And that's who the main person is accused of, ordering the hit on 50 to get him killed.
When I see the things that he does, and, he did the Irv smoking, I'm like...
How did you feel about that when you saw it?
Of course, nobody likes all this goofy shit, but it's goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not, Preem said it best. I spoke to Preem the other day. He's, Preem has always got the right words and shit and the right things to say. Because I was hot. You know what I'm saying? I was hot. I was ready to go nuclear and shit. But, I say, So I spoke to Preem anyway. And Preem said, he said, Rule, he said, here's what you got to understand about who we are and what we are. He said, we are masters of self-defense. And I said, I love that. I said, because I don't want to start trouble, make trouble with people. But if we got to get into it, make it, I'll fucking end it. I'll put it to where it go. I'll take it to the next. So.
But in a way, you do have to understand why Fifth feels the way he feels, though, right? When you think about everything that y'all been through.
I really don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
The fighting, the shooting, the stabbing.
What shooting? We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, well, never mind.
I know people like to say it.
Yeah.
But that ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know the reality of it all. You know what I'm saying? And that shit ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's good for, people to play that when they want to play that, and then play victim when they want to play victim. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I leave it all alone. I'll get DMs and shit from, other enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'll be responding to that because you probably don't get down with that, right? Like.
No, but it'd be like people y'all know very well. They hit me in the DMs and be like, yeah, you see this fucking nigga.
Hold on, so y'all, it's so crazy because we say that all the time. When Ja Rule was going through his situation, Ja got jumped. That's why I don't really like to compare the Drake,
this is true,
Kendrick thing. Like, you got jumped. So all of those relationships you never made amends with?
Me and Game is cool.
It was Buster for a moment,
cool.
Eminem for a moment.
Me and X is cross, we cool. Mm-hmm. But the rest, nah. They all on that side of
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't pump with them niggas like that.
Despite 50 Cent getting backlash, I think a lot of people need to understand that if somebody wants you dead, you survive and you out-succeed them and you outlive them, because ironically, Irv Gotti died a day after Get Rich or Die Trying came out, which is like insane. That's like something that you can't write a better script about when it comes to getting revenge towards your enemies. And Irv Gotti at one point was laughing at 50 getting shot. And at one point, even on Vlad TV, said that 50 Cent was the devil. So, 50, I understand where he's coming from with this. It makes total sense from his perspective. From us looking out and not really understanding, some people have no idea about the backstory. They think it's just rap beef when it's not. This is one of the few beefs in hip-hop that actually got physical, that people actually died, people got shot, stabbed, whatever. And those type of beefs usually never end up getting mended. 50 mended relationships with Fat Joe, Jadakiss, Nas, because they never got really serious. Notice how he's never mended relationships when it comes to Ja Rule and the Game. Both those beefs have had some type of murders associated with it. Now, this is all allegedly. I'm just saying, hey, Ja Rule denies that, he had anything to do with the shooting. And, of course he's going to say that, it makes total sense. Why would he say he has something to do with it? And the crazy thing is, imagine if 50 outlives Ja Rule. What would 50 say about Ja Rule if he ends up passing away before 50? It's really about who's going to outlive who and whoever's going to have the last laugh in this situation, because this beef is never going to get mended. It just is what it is. And Ja Rule doesn't like to entertain the clown stuff, and he doesn't like to get asked about 50. And 50 likes to troll the situation because he knows, that they can't do anything about, their situation, that they fell off, and 50's still on top. At least that's how 50 views it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think any of this is appropriate? Do you guys think 50's too much of a troll, that he takes it sometimes too far? Or do you guys understand the situation? Let me know. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $3 a month, you can get my videos uncut and raw the way I intended them to be, but couldn't because of YouTube. Plus, you also get access to our Discord community, where we have a great community talking about hip hop and various other things. It's very dope. So only $3 a month. I'd really appreciate the support. Also follow us on social media at QuakeGW and at Diverse Mentality. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.